Hello, my name is Sylvia Walton, and today I'll be recording my responses for chapters 3 and 4, EDUC, Leadership in Education. Today's date is October 3rd, 2025. Question number 1. Share 4 words to describe my ability as shared by my colleagues and why. These are 4 words that I think my colleagues would identify with me as being. Number 1, open minded. Number 2, a team player. Number 3, passionate about what I do. And number 4, organized. Why open minded? Well, it's very important as educators that we are open minded. It's important that we're able to accept ideas from others. It's important that we um, that we work together, uh, and that requires being open minded. We have a common goal, and that goal is to educate children. How this relates to um, my career or a connection, personal connection, would include um, me. I am a fourth grade math teacher. Sometimes we have to come together, as I stated before, we have a common goal, and that goal is to educate children. So we have to come together when there are decisions that have to be made, and we have to look at how this is going to benefit our children. So there may be times when I may want to do something differently, but my colleagues might say, "Okay, well, wait a minute, Sylvia, let's look at this," and that takes being open minded to be able to accept others' um, beliefs, their values, and how they view different aspects of our job. Number 2, a team player. I would consider myself to be a team player because it's very difficult to work with other adults and not be a team player. Sometimes we just have to take one for the team. It may not be what you want, it may not be what I want, but again, at the end of the day, it's all for the good of the children. So, being a team player is one aspect that I think, or one word that my team would use to describe me. Um, I'm not going to be one that wants to go against the grain um, at any time. If I see that it's not what I want or it's not how I want it to be, then I'm still going to go along with my teammates. It's just being a good team player so that we are all on the same field. Another word that my colleagues would use to describe me is passionate. I'm very passionate about education. I'm very passionate about educating children, and I'm very passionate about my students and what I do. Um, I feel like this is my calling. Um, I've had friends that say, back when I first started teaching, they were like, "Sylvia, let me take your resume to Procter and Gamble. Let me take your resume to Miller's." And I was like, you know what? Those places pay a lot of money, a whole lot more than what teachers make. And I actually have this friend that wanted to take my resume to Procter and Gamble. He was out there 30 years. He retired and he's a millionaire. And it's funny because I could have been I could have been a millionaire too, but I'm passionate about children. And as I stated earlier, this is my calling. Um, and I'm a millionaire. I'm just not a millionaire the way he is. I don't have a whole lot of money. But at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the school year, when I see how my students have grown and how much they've learned, that makes me a millionaire. Just not with money, but I feel like I'm a millionaire. The last word that I think my colleagues would use to describe me would be organized. I'm very organized. I am, and I tell my kids, your teacher is OCD, so I need you to help me out. I have to have things in a certain way in order to operate. Um, and if I don't have those things organized like it should go, then it poses a problem for me. And then I don't feel like I'm that effective teacher that I should be. So I'm very organized. Again, those are just some words that I feel that my colleagues would use to describe me. Again, open-minded, team player, passionate, and organized. And I hope I made a connection, a personal connection with those words. Okay, question number 2. A metaphor to describe me as a teacher leader. A metaphor to describe me as a teacher leader. And this is really touchy because I think about the educators that poured into my life. And so a metaphor to describe me as a teacher leader would be the gift that keeps giving. Um, as I said, I think about the educators that poured into my life. I often wonder how would my life have turned out had I not had those teachers that supported me when I was in elementary school, when I was in middle school, when I was in high school. So the gift that keeps giving. I feel like that's what I do. I pour into student lives like it was poured into my life. Um, Again, this is a little difficult for me. Um, so that would be the metaphor that would describe me as a teacher leader. Again, my personal connection. Um, I had teachers to pour into my life. And so I want to do that for my students every opportunity I get. Um, Question number 3. The author talks about uh, metacognition when working with others. It starts with teacher leaders. Why is it important to develop, enhance, or develop your own metacognition skills as a teacher?